multitudes stand up in uncompromising defiance. Then there is a possibility, not the certainty, but a possibility, the possibility that we could beat back this assault and begin to change the whole political dynamic in this country.
I'm Bonnie Morris. I'm Dr. Bond to many of my beautiful, brilliant Cal students. I wish I could say it's a pleasure to address you all from these historic steps. But like most women of my generation, I am angry, tired, and disgusted that 50 years after Roe v. Wade is decided court law, we are once again battling the criminalization of abortion rights. Although right now my heart is very much with the refugees fleeing the war on Ukraine, I really want to point out that we still have a daily war on women in this country because 4 or 5 waves of feminist activism hasn't eliminated rape and incest, which can and do result in the forced impregnation of young girls too young to vote.
She says, "Thank you for the opportunity to remotely participate. As a Cal alum, I'm honored to speak about what is coming. The Supreme Court will most likely overturn Roe v. Wade. This will result in abortion becoming illegal immediately in 21 states, and there are 5 states passing laws which will make it practically illegal. This is about bodily autonomy. You have no right to force me to carry a pregnancy for 9 months against my will. To bring something, thank you, yeah, fuck yeah is right. This granny is not beyond swearing. To bring something into this world with my genetics, without my permission, the risk to my health of carrying a pregnancy and giving birth, I am not your incubator."
So many women die because they don't have the opportunity to get what they need to save their lives.
Right.
And there are women who go through trauma every single day and as a result of it end up in situations in which these laws are trying to make it so that we can't get rid of the things that trauma forces on our body. And there are men who believe that they can make laws about things that they have no control over and no choice over. Men who originally came from uteruses. Forget the fact that women are the reason that everybody exists. Without the X chromosomes, none of this shit would happen. So they should be thanking us that they got the voice that they are abusing to try to diminish our voice and our choice.
When you tell people why you guys want that other people should do it, maybe. What do you guys think? Should other people come out in the streets?
Not everybody has their own voice, but we have a voice as youth and we can use it to make a change. Because every single day, every single time that you take a step in the right direction towards making change is a little thing that you can do to improve the world. And if you use your voice in a powerful and positive way, rather than sitting and doing nothing, you're making beautiful change.
You hear what you think other people should do?
I mean, I saw y'all down the street and I was like, I fucks with this. So I was like, let me support, let me come out. Hey, I'm loud, you know.
This is a human right. This is a right that is trying to be taken away by the white man, the patriarchy, and we need to fight against this.
3 boys come up here, they were interested. And then, as soon as they heard men, as soon as they heard some criticism against their own gender, they left because they couldn't even think outside of themselves to realize that we want to just have control of our own bodies and have a fucking right.
It's great to be out here today, standing shoulder to shoulder with, and yes, marching with all of you today. The Revolution Club is very much proud to be in the house, together with you, fighting for this basic right for women to control their own reproductive lives, to not be subjugated, to not be treated like breeders, incubators, but full human beings. This is important to the Revolution Club, because we're about making an actual revolution to overthrow this whole goddamn system of capitalism, of imperialism, of patriarchy, of misogyny, of male supremacy, of white supremacy, of xenophobia. It's all gotta go.
Please welcome Katherine Bauer.
Hello to my fellow Cal students, professors, and community activists. My name is Katherine Bauer, and I'm running for student body president of UC Berkeley. I grew up with a single mom who emphasized the importance of bodily autonomy and basic needs. What do we need to be successful? What do we deserve simply by virtue of being human? Answers to these questions include housing, food, clean air, and water. While all of those things are true and necessary, we must also demand accessible and affordable reproductive health care. In Planned Parenthood versus Casey, Justices O'Connor, Kennedy, and Souter reaffirmed a person's right to choose. Justices in 1992 understood liberty as a basic tenet of American life. The justices wrote that at the heart of liberty is the right to define one's own concept of existence, of meaning, of the universe, and the mystery of human life. By upholding the right to choose, we reaffirm the basic principle that anti-abortion lawmakers and justices have forgotten. Liberty includes the right to make decisions about our own body. To the lawmakers and justices who hide behind their own moral code embedded in a narrow interpretation of our Constitution, those who deem themselves judge, jury, and executioner over every person who has or will face the decision to carry a pregnancy to term, let this be a reminder that you will be held accountable.
That's right, yeah!
Women, especially low-income, trans, and women of color around the country, face life-changing decisions about their bodies every day. These decisions are wholly personal, and they call upon the very foundation of these women's beliefs. To insinuate that decisions like whether or not to have an abortion are easy is a gross misrepresentation of reproductive health. And targeted restrictions of abortion providers place immense pressure and an undue burden on people seeking reproductive health care. But even here at Cal, many students are probably wondering, why protest? In a state as liberal as California, is it really necessary to show out in droves like this? And the answer is unequivocally yes. Students nationally have been key players in the movement for reproductive health. Nearly 40% of people who seek an abortion explain that continuing their education was a key factor in their decision. And in 2014, roughly 7 in 10 abortion patients in the United States were between 18 and 29 years old. That's us, right here at UC Berkeley. Today we have an opportunity and a responsibility to demonstrate that we will not stand by idly as reproductive rights are under fire across the country. Lawmakers like the ones in Texas who have called to defund public universities that provide abortion access must be held accountable.
That's right.
Supreme Court justices making life-altering decisions must be reminded that their personal code has no bearing on our Constitution or the rights of its citizens to bodily autonomy.
That's right, yeah!
So let's do our part. Let's stand up for basic human rights. Let's call and write our senators. And let's take to the streets. Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead. So we're here at Rise Up for Abortion Rights rally at Cal. This is happening all over the country. It's a launch of a movement. Why'd you guys here?
I just think that it's really important to be able to have the choice. Like, if I get pregnant, to be able to have the choice about my body and not like have a child that I don't want and that will make it like it makes a decision for me about the rest of my life that I don't want to not be able to have the choice about the rest of my life.
And what do you think it's going to take for us to fight to get this right? Like what?
I think that like country and state officials just need to know that that people are speaking out about this and that a lot of people are talking about this and trying to make a difference and going into the streets and protesting.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.